on, people? We in Philly today, downtown, Center City, right in the middle of City Hall. I'm doing a Q&A. I had asked people to send me some questions they wanted me to answer, no matter how drawling they were. Surprisingly, nobody sent me anything super drawling, even though if it was super drawling, I was going to answer it, no lie. But 15 questions. People asked some pretty nice questions, pretty interesting ones too. So this should be fun. Let's jump right into it. Question number 1. What camera do you use and what lenses do you own? So I use myself the Canon EOS 7D Mark I throwback John. Still use a CF card, not even a SD card, but still a really great camera all around. Pretty cheap if you want to buy one. They only like $500. As for lenses, I use a standard 18 to 55 millimeter and a 50 millimeter 1.8. Amazing lens. Both amazing lenses. This is a standard kit lens. Like if you buy a new camera and you want it buy a package instead of just a body, this is usually the lens that comes with it. But this lens was only about maybe like $150. I bought it from Best Buy. Still in great condition. Crisp lens, nice bokeh, all of that. This is an essential lens for every photographer, and I don't care what anybody says. Every photographer needs himself one of these. They also make 50 mil 1.4 and 1.2. 1.4 and 1.2 is when you start to get a little bit pricey. Like the 1.2 is about like $1,200 on its own. So, but I'm gonna buy that joint one day. Wait on it. Question number 2 is, when did you fully commit to being a photographer? I fully committed to being a photographer when I had done this photo shoot with my cousin. And I had the basic knowledge of being a photographer, but I hadn't had any sophisticated knowledge of being a photographer. But I had went home that same night and I was editing the pictures, touching up the lighting and all of that. And I was like, man, this is super, super fun. And the fact that he loved the pictures and the fact that they turned out really nice, I was like, oh yeah, without a doubt, this is exactly what I want to do, and I'm going to do it, and I'm still doing it, and I love it just as much as when I first started doing it. So, and I don't think that's going to change, because ultimately, for real, it's not going to change. I started photography when I was about 17. I'm 20 now, so I've almost been a photographer for 4 years, because my birthday is coming up in December. It's almost been 4 years that I've been doing photography, and I loved every shoot. I loved every time I had to edit, even though sometimes it takes
very, very, very long to edit the pictures.
Ultimately, I just like giving people great quality pictures. There's nothing like it to me. It makes me feel good. It makes the clients feel good. So there's just nothing like giving people great quality work that I did myself, And that brings me into the third question, which says, what do you love most about being a photographer? The fact that working for the clients and all that jazz, if you know what you're doing, you give them your great quality work. Just knowing that you have eyes and you see things that most people don't see, that's what I really, really love about it. I can see things that a normal person who isn't a photographer wouldn't see, you know what I mean? I've gone out with friends and they were like, man, this place is whack, there's nowhere to take pictures here. And I was just straight up like, stand here and watch this. Grab the camera, snap. This joint crazy. How you see that? Like, I don't really know. But after a while, you start to see in frames. Your eyes become natural viewfinders almost. Even if I don't have my camera on me, I'm like, I'm gonna come back here, I'm gonna go there, and I'm definitely going to do something real creative with this spot. It's mainly what I love most about it. It's just the fact that my eyes and the things that I see are unorthodox to what somebody who isn't a photographer would see, you know?
It shouldn't be, but I am. That's what you feel before it keeps you.
Now this fourth question is super fun. It says, what top 3 celebrities would you want to take pictures of? My top 3, and this isn't the exact order, but it would be Russell Westbrook, Zendaya. The third one is always so hard because so many people. If I had to choose right now for number 3, it would probably be Willow or Jaden Smith, to be honest. Like, Russell, everything that man wears is just fire.
Right beside the fire, zipped and jammed is not what I saw. Let the fools flock from jewels.
As for Zendaya, same way. But I feel like I would want to do headshots with her. And she could do her hair in so many different ways and so many different styles.
Denied to the minds of man, I pay anything to cop.
It would just make for a great shoot. And Willow or Jaden, you could go in so many different directions with taking pictures of them.
Through the roof, I must remember on my journey to bring back the proof.
Those are my top 3 people that I would want to take pictures of. Question 5 is, who inspired you to be a photographer? Or if nobody inspired you, who do you look up to? As for inspiration, I kind of inspired myself just because I was already an artist prior to being a photographer. To be honest, I look up to my dad. My dad is one of the most hardworking people I've ever met in my life. As somebody to look up to, my dad is definitely somebody that I admire. Man, question number 6. Who do you get told you look like the most? Now, if you know me, you already know who I look like. Ja Rule. Ja Rule. R-U-L-E. Ja Rule. It's like, but for real, I get told I look like Nas. I get told I look like Deshaun Jackson. I get told I look like Omar S. Which is funny because none of those people look alike either. So I guess on certain angles, no matter on certain angles you look at me, I look like certain people. But those certain people. But man, Ja Rule, that's the number 1. Now, question number 7 is real disrespectful. And I hate that you're making me do this. Because this is real mean, real ignorant. Why would you ever make me do this? Talking about what's your top 3 favorite foods? You gonna make me choose only 3? That's it, 3? Only 3? Disrespectful. Don't ever ask me anything again. My top 3 favorite foods is burgers. I love me a nice burger. I will destroy 3 good burgers in one sitting, depending on where I get it from. Now, this is an amazing burger place in Philly called Sketch Burger. If you know me, you know that is my favorite spot to go eat. Now, mind you, it's a little bit of a hike to get there, but once you get there and you sit down, you just grub out on them burgers and them fries, man, it's just like, alright, this trip was worth it. But second favorite food is sushi. I go to Crazy Sushi to get my sushi. I used to hate it so much. No, I think when I turned 16, I was like, let me try it again. When I did try it, I was like, man, it wasn't raw sushi. I love raw sushi too. I will go in the Crazy Sushi down here. I forget what I usually get, but it come with 3 slices of raw salmon. Like it's nothing. People be looking at me like, oh, ew, how you do that? I do it, and I do this for real. My third favorite food, I would probably have to say burritos. I don't care where it's from, I don't care who make it. I love me some burritos. Burritos are fantastic. They get you nice and full. You regret it on the way out. You can stuff them joints. I love Cordoba burritos specifically. Delicious. Chipotle is where I had my first it was alright burrito. But Cordoba, all them. And get the fork and scoop up whatever fell out. Question number 8. What would you have done differently in high school? I don't think I would have done anything differently, actually, besides some personal mistakes that I had made. But in high school, I don't think I would have done anything differently. I actually highly enjoyed high school. High school was really fun. Like, if I could have it on disc and watch it again and again and again, I so would. I had so many ups and downs and good times, man, and bad times and just mediocre times. Like, high school was very, 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 very fun. But the only thing I would change is a few personal mistakes that I had made because I was being a young bull. But other than that, that's really it. For real. Question number 9. I was waiting for you. What piece of advice would you give your younger self? Man. There's a lot of stuff I would tell my younger self in terms of advice. But if I had to give myself one piece of advice, man, stop being such a bitch. No, for real. Not saying I was a punk or anything in my younger days, but like, I'm just a very introverted person. I don't really do too much outside my comfort zone. So I would tell myself to do way more outside of my own comfort zone. Like, I would tell myself to go on stage and do more that I currently regret not doing. Number 10. I like this one. So whoever asked me this one, real funny. Talking about some Marvel or DC. You know I'm a Marvel fan all the way. You see how Marvel been ishing on DC for 10 years? How could I not be a fan of Marvel? Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of DC sometimes, and only animated DC. The cinematic DC, it's chopped and screwed. They need to fire everybody that's working on these movies because they not doing a good job. They started way too late trying to contest with Marvel. Not a chance. 11. What is your top 3 best characteristics? That's a good one.
Man, I need to cut.
I need help being my best babe. I can reach my epitome.
1. I'm super optimistic. Hella optimistic. But 2, I don't give up. I don't quit when things get hard. Don't get that confused with me not feeling like doing something. But when I start something, I don't give up. Or if something get hard, I don't ever just chalk it and toss it to the side. My overall physical attribute, I've recently started building on myself. My genetics is something crazy, something special.
I can see it, girl. I can see it now. Now that it's falling down. And I'm falling to space.
This is another fun one.
Are you on the market?
Not right now. No, under self-construction right now. I'm at a point in my life where I'm not super worried about getting into a relationship at the moment. I've had my fair share of relationships, but no, I'm not on the market. I'm just trying to focus on bettering myself for real. Being 100% honest, I just want to better myself at the moment. So. Number 13, favorite cartoons? Let's see. Scooby-Doo used to be my my number 1 favorite cartoon. It was Scooby-Doo with Samurai Jack, and then number 3, probably Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is a really unfair question. This is kind of in the same category as asking me to choose my top 3 foods. This is another disrespectful question. 14.
Children in the future?
Absolutely. Maybe 1. That also depends on, you know, what I'm looking like, where my financial stability is, where my life headed, you know. I wouldn't want to bring a kid into this world and be living all types of effed up. For this last question, number 15, it's a no-brainer. Where do you want to live the most? That's easy. I'ma be where I'm at. Simple as that. I'm gonna be exactly where I'm at. I just want to live in a high-rise, top-floor condo, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere, you know, where I got a nice little view. You know, look out over the city area. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm about to. Thank you.
But you fall into space again, and I'm right by your side in the waves, 'cause I can't get burnt in the shade. That is only how I wanna do. 'Cause I'm lost in my head. You're so cool to me. I can see in my breath.